On a lonely planet far from the busy space lanes, a human farmer worked inside a small metal house. The wind moved slowly across the empty land. The sky was dark, filled with cold stars. No cities. No ships. No voices. Just silence. The farmer had lived here alone for many years. He chose this life. Long ago, he left human space. He left wars, lies, and broken promises. He wanted peace. On this distant world, he grew food, fixed machines, and survived one day at a time. No visitors ever came. No one even knew he was still alive. That was how he wanted it. Inside the house, a soft light glowed. The farmer cleaned a simple tool, his hands calm and steady. He was used to being alone. Silence was his friend. Then, a sound broke the night. Knock. The farmer froze. He looked toward the metal door. No one ever came here. Knock. Knock. His heart began to beat faster. His hand slowly moved toward an old weapon hanging on the wall. It was human-made, simple, but deadly. He did not rush. He listened. The wind was still. Knock. The sound was weak, almost begging. Impossible, he whispered to himself. Slowly, carefully, he walked to the door. He checked the small screen beside it. No ships outside. No heat signs. Nothing. Still, the knocking continued. He placed his hand on the door lock. For the first time in years, doubt filled his mind. Opening the door could bring danger. Aliens feared humans. Humans were hunted or avoided. If someone found him, his quiet life would end. The knocking stopped. For a moment, there was only silence again. Then a soft sound, like crying. The farmer took a deep breath and opened the door. Cold air rushed inside. Standing in the weak light was a figure he had never expected to see. An alien woman. She was tall, thin, and clearly not human. Her skin was pale, almost glowing under the stars. She wore nothing but torn fabric. Blood and dirt covered her body. Her eyes were wide with fear. She looked at him, and collapsed. The farmer moved fast. He caught her before she hit the ground. She was light, too light. Her body shook as she cried quietly, holding on to his clothes as if he was her last hope. He looked around quickly. The land was empty. No ships. No movement. He pulled her inside and closed the door. The house felt smaller now. He laid her on the floor and checked her injuries. Burns. Cuts. Old scars. Someone had hurt her badly. She was not a soldier. She was running from something, or someone. The farmer cleaned her wounds with water. She did not fight him. She only whispered sounds in a language he did not know. Tears rolled down her face. He noticed something strange. She was not afraid of him. Most aliens feared humans. Stories painted humans as monsters, killers, and destroyers. Yet this alien woman had come to his door. She trusted him. That scared him more than anything. He wrapped her in a clean blanket. Her breathing was weak but steady. She slowly fell asleep, still holding onto his hand. The farmer sat back. Questions filled his mind. Who was she? Why was she here? How did she find him? And the most dangerous question of all. What would come looking for her? Outside, far above the quiet farm, something moved in the stars. A faint light blinked once, then vanished. The farmer did not see it. But trouble had already found him. And his years of peaceful isolation were about to end. Soft light touched the dry land and the small metal house. The planet looked peaceful, but the farmer did not feel calm. He sat at the table, watching the alien woman sleep on a thin bed nearby. She was quiet now. Her breathing was slow. The fear on her face had faded, but the pain was still there. He had not slept. For years, every morning had been the same. Wake up. Check the fields. Fix broken machines. Grow food. Stay alive. Stay alone. That was the life he chose. Until last night. He looked at the door again. The same door that had stayed closed for years. One knock changed everything. The farmer stood up and moved quietly. He checked the sensors around the farm. Old human tech, simple but reliable. No ships. No signals. Still, his mind stayed alert. If the alien woman had found him, others could too. He remembered why he came here. Years ago, humans were everywhere. They built colonies, traded with aliens, fought in endless wars. At first, humans tried to help. They shared food, medicine, and knowledge. But the galaxy did not thank them. Aliens feared human strength. Feared human will. When things went wrong, humans were blamed. Wars started. Human worlds burned. Many humans died. The farmer had seen enough. He was not a soldier. He was not a hero. He only wanted to live. So he left. He took an old ship, basic tools, and came to this forgotten planet. No one followed him. No one cared. That was fine. He believed staying hidden was the only way to survive. The alien woman moved slightly in her sleep. She whispered something softly. The farmer stopped and listened. Her voice sounded weak, broken. Guilt filled his chest. He had helped her without thinking. A human instinct he thought he had lost. Help the weak. Protect the helpless. That was how humans were. And that was why the galaxy feared them. He brought water and gently touched her shoulder. Her eyes opened slowly. Fear flashed across her face when she saw him. Then something else appeared. Relief. She tried to sit up but failed. The farmer raised his hands slowly, showing no threat. "You are safe," he said in simple words. "I will not hurt you." She did not understand the words, but she understood the tone. Her eyes filled with tears again. She spoke in broken sounds, pointing at her scars, then at the sky. Her hands shook as she made shapes, like ships in chains. Even without words, the story was clear. She was hunted. She had escaped. She had nowhere else to go. The farmer felt anger rise inside him. A cold, quiet anger. Someone had treated her like property. Like an object. He had seen this before in the galaxy. Too many times. He turned away, clenching his fists. Helping her was dangerous. If alien hunters came, they would destroy his farm. They would kill him. Or worse. But if he sent her away, she would not survive. He looked at her again. Weak. Alone. Afraid. Just like him, years ago. He sighed. "You can stay," he said quietly, even if she did not understand. "For now." She seemed to sense his choice. She bowed her head slightly, a sign of thanks. Outside, the wind moved across the land. Far away, beyond the clouds, scanners searched. The farmer began to prepare. He checked old weapons, power cells, and traps buried in the soil. He had hoped never to use them again. Humans were peaceful, but when pushed, they became something else. Something the galaxy never understood. He looked at the alien woman one more time. By helping her, he had stepped back into the galaxy's shadow. And this time, he would not run. Because even alone, a human was never truly helpless. Light from the small window touched her face. She blinked, confused, and pulled the blanket closer around her body. For a moment, she thought she was still running, still hiding. Her heart beat fast. Then she saw the human. He stood near the wall, calm and quiet, watching her with careful eyes. He did not move toward her. He did not speak. He waited. That alone told her something important. She was safe. She sat up slowly, holding her side. Pain shot through her body, but it was less than before. Someone had cleaned her wounds. Someone had helped her. The human farmer. She looked at him and lowered her head. This time, it was not fear. It was respect. The farmer stepped closer, placing a small cup of water on the table. He spoke in a slow, simple voice. "Drink." She did not understand the word, but she understood the action. She drank carefully. The water was clean. Real. not recycled waste like she was used to. Her hands shook. She had not felt kindness in a long time. She began to speak. Her voice was soft and broken. Her language was strange, full of sharp and smooth sounds mixed together. The human did not understand the words, but he watched her face, her hands, her eyes. She showed him her arms. Scars. Old marks burned deep into her skin. She touched her neck and made a motion like a collar closing. Then she pointed to the sky and shook her head, fear returning to her eyes. The farmer understood. She had been owned. Used. Hunted. She was from a powerful alien race, one known for technology and control. Her people ruled many systems. They believed weaker species existed to serve them. They feared humans most of all, because humans refused to kneel. She was different. She had seen humans before. Not soldiers. Not warships. Just humans helping others. Sharing food. Protecting children of other species. Standing against cruelty even when outnumbered. That memory stayed with her. When she escaped, badly hurt and alone, she searched for one thing. A human. She pointed at the farmer, then touched her chest. Tears rolled down her face as she bowed her head deeply. The farmer felt something tighten inside him. She trusted him because he was human. Because of stories. Because of hope. He turned away, hiding his face. He did not feel like a hero. He felt tired. Old. Alone. But he also felt something he had buried long ago. Purpose. She continued, using simple pictures scratched into dust on the floor. Ships. Chains. A symbol that looked like an eye. The mark of her hunters. They were searching for her. They would not stop. The farmer erased the drawing with his boot. They won't take you, he said, his voice low. She looked up, surprised by the strength in his tone. Outside, the sky darkened as clouds moved fast. A storm was coming. The farmer activated old scanners. Weak signals flashed for a moment, then disappeared. Someone was close. Very close. The alien woman felt it too. Her body tensed. Fear returned full force. She backed away, shaking her head. She did not want him to die because of her. She made a motion of leaving, pointing outside. The farmer blocked the door. No, he said simply. Humans had a rule the galaxy never understood. Once you protect someone, you don't stop. He handed her a small device. Human-made. Simple. If they come, he said, stay here. She looked at him with wide eyes. He was choosing to fight. Not for land. Not for power. For her. For what was right. Far above the farm, a shadow moved through the clouds. The hunt had begun. And the galaxy was about to remember why humans were feared and trusted. The sky changed before the farmer saw the ships. Clouds moved fast, pushed by strong engines high above the farm. The air felt heavy. The land, once quiet, seemed to hold its breath. Birds that lived near the fields flew away in fear. The farmer looked up. 3 dark shapes cut through the clouds. Alien ships. They were not large warships, but they were fast and sharp, built for hunting. Blue light burned under their wings as they slowed down. They circled the farm like predators. The alien woman saw them through the window. Her body froze. Her hands shook as she stepped back. She pressed herself against the wall, her eyes wide with terror. She knew those ships. She had seen them before. They belonged to her hunters. The farmer closed the metal shutters. Stay quiet, he said calmly. His voice was steady, but his mind moved fast. He had prepared for this long ago. Not for her, but for the galaxy. He activated hidden systems under the soil. Old human traps came alive. Power lines charged. Fields that once grew food now became a defense. Outside, the ships landed. Dust filled the air as armored alien soldiers stepped out. They were tall, wearing dark armor with glowing marks. Their helmets hid their faces, but their weapons were ready. One of them spoke through a loud device. Human, the voice said. We know you are here. The farmer said nothing. You are hiding stolen property. The alien continued. Return her, and you may live. Inside the house, the alien woman covered her mouth to stop herself from crying. The farmer stood still. He remembered every human world that burned because they gave in. Every time humans trusted the galaxy to be fair. He walked to the door and opened it halfway. I own nothing but this land, he said. Leave. The alien soldier laughed. A single human cannot stop us. The farmer smiled slightly. The ground exploded. One alien fell into a hidden pit as electric energy surged. Another screamed as a trap locked around his legs. The hunters fired wildly, shocked by the sudden attack. The farmer moved with calm focus. He used simple weapons, placed with care. Human tools did not need to be advanced. They only needed to be smart. The alien woman watched in disbelief. He was not angry. He was precise. One ship tried to rise into the air. A hidden launcher fired. The ship crashed into the field, burning. The alien soldiers began to panic. Their technology failed against old human tricks they did not understand. Retreat! One shouted. The farmer stepped forward, weapon in hand. Take this message, he said. Humans do not belong to anyone. The remaining ships lifted off fast, damaged and afraid. They disappeared into the clouds. Silence returned. The farm was damaged, but still standing. The alien woman fell to her knees. Tears flowed freely now. She had expected death. Instead, she saw something else. Humanity. The farmer lowered his weapon and exhaled slowly. His peaceful life was gone. The galaxy knew where he was now. But he did not regret his choice. He helped her stand. They will tell others, she said softly in broken words. I know, he replied. He looked at the sky. Let them come. The galaxy had forgotten something important. Even one human was enough. The farm did not sleep that night. Smoke rose from the broken field where one alien ship had crashed. Burn marks cut across the soil. The wind carried the smell of metal and fire. The farmer walked slowly across the land, checking every trap, every sensor. He knew the hunters would not forget what happened here. They never did. Inside the house, the alien woman sat quietly. She watched the human move through the darkness. He looked small against the wide land, yet she had never seen anyone stand so strong. Her people believed power came from numbers and machines. Humans believed power came from choice. The farmer returned inside and sealed the door. He placed tools on the table and began repairing a damaged device. His hands were steady, but his thoughts were heavy. They will come back, he said calmly. The alien woman nodded. She expected that. Her people hated losing. They hated being shown weakness, especially by a single human. She stepped forward and pointed to the sky, then made a wide motion with her hands. More ships, she said in broken English. Soon. The farmer did not look surprised. Then we prepare, he replied. He opened a hidden floor panel and revealed old human equipment. Not shiny. Not advanced. But reliable. He taught her how to use simple tools. How to activate alarms. How to hide. She listened carefully. Humans shared knowledge. That alone felt dangerous and strange to her. Hours passed. Before dawn, the sensors screamed. The sky lit up with moving lights. This time, 5 ships descended. Heavier. Stronger. The farmer felt a calm settle inside him. Fear had passed. Only purpose remained. The alien woman wanted to run. Her body remembered pain, chains, cold rooms. But when she looked at the human, she stayed. The ships landed hard. Alien soldiers poured out, more than before. They spread wide, careful now. They had learned from their mistake. Human, a voice echoed. This is your final warning. The farmer did not answer. He waited. When the first soldier stepped into the field, the ground shifted. Smoke burst upward, blocking vision. Loud sounds confused their sensors. Human tech worked best when it was simple and unexpected. The farmer moved. He did not fight with rage. He fought with patience. One by one, traps slowed the aliens. Lights failed. Weapons jammed. The soldiers shouted in confusion. They were used to control. They were not ready for chaos. The alien woman watched, heart racing. Then something changed. A large ship hovered above the house. A weapon powered up. The farmer felt the danger instantly. He ran. The blast hit the ground behind him, throwing him forward. Pain shot through his body, but he stood up again. The alien woman screamed. She ran to him, helping him stand. Her fear broke into anger. "No more," she said, her voice shaking. She grabbed a fallen alien device and activated it without fully knowing how. A bright pulse shot into the sky. The hovering ship froze. Then it fell. The crash shook the land. The remaining aliens stopped. They stared at the destroyed ship, then at the human and the alien woman standing together. They had lost. The alien leader spoke again, his voice no longer proud. "This is not over." The farmer raised his weapon. "It is," he said. The ships retreated, faster than before. Silence returned once more. The farmer sat down heavily. The alien woman stayed beside him, holding his arm. For the first time, she was not afraid. "You fight for others," she said softly. He looked at her. "That's what humans do." Far away, signals spread. A single human had defeated a hunting force. The galaxy was starting to listen. At first, it was only whispers in deep space channels. A hunting force defeated. Advanced alien ships destroyed. All by one human on a forgotten farm. Many did not believe it. Humans were supposed to be rare. Weak. Broken after so many wars. But the proof followed. Damaged ships limped back to their systems. Burn marks showed human trap patterns. Signal records showed simple tech beating advanced weapons. And at the center of it all was one truth the galaxy did not want to face. A human had stood his ground. Across alien worlds, leaders watched the reports in silence. They saw how the human did not chase power or territory. He protected one life. That was enough. Some felt fear. Others felt shame. On the farm, life changed in small ways. The farmer repaired his fields slowly. The alien woman helped him, learning how to plant seeds and fix machines. The land began to heal. Their days were quiet again, but no longer empty. Ships began to pass overhead. They did not land. They watched. One day, a small ship approached carefully and sent a message instead of weapons. The farmer listened from inside his house, his hand near a tool. "We come in peace," the message said. "We only wish to speak." The farmer did not answer. Not yet. The alien woman stood beside him. She had changed too. Fear no longer controlled her. She stood tall now, proud. "They are afraid," she said. "And curious. That makes them dangerous," the farmer replied. More signals followed. Not threats. Questions. Why did the human help her? Why did he fight alone? Why did he not run? Across the galaxy, younger species began sharing old human stories. Stories of humans standing up to bullies. Of humans protecting the weak even when it cost them everything. The truth was returning. Humans were not perfect. But they cared. The alien woman sent a message of her own, using the farm's old transmitter. She told her story. Not of violence, but of kindness. Of a door opened when she had nothing left. Many listened. Some wept. The farmer watched the stars one night and felt something strange. Hope. He had lived in isolation to escape the galaxy. Now the galaxy was knocking again. Not with force, but with respect. A small human ship arrived days later. Old. Worn. 2 humans stepped out. They looked surprised to see another human alive. "We heard the story," one said. "We thought it was a lie." The farmer smiled. Most good things sound like lies, he replied. They shared food, laughed, talked of rebuilding, of safe places, of farms, not wars. The alien woman watched them and understood. Humanity was not about numbers. It was about connection. Far away, alien leaders changed their plans. Hunting humans was no longer safe. Ignoring them was no longer possible. The galaxy was learning again. When a human stands for what is right, others follow. And the light spreads, even from a lonely farm at the edge of space. Morning sunlight touched the fields where new crops grew. Green plants moved gently in the wind. The land that once felt empty now felt alive. The farmer stood quietly, watching the horizon. For the first time in many years, he did not feel like the last human in the universe. Behind him, the alien woman walked out of the house. She carried a small basket of tools, moving with confidence. Her wounds had healed. The fear that once lived in her eyes was gone. She belonged here now. After the story spread, ships came slowly. Not armies. Not hunters. Small groups. Refugees. Travelers. Some were human. Some were alien. All were careful. All were respectful. They asked before landing. The farmer allowed only a few at first. A family that lost their home. A trader running from war. A wounded alien who needed help. The farm became something new. A safe place. The farmer never called it that. He still saw himself as just a farmer. He worked the soil. Fixed machines. Grew food. But others saw more. They saw hope. The alien woman helped organize the visitors. She spoke for those who were afraid. She explained human ways to aliens and alien ways to humans. She became a bridge between worlds. One evening, as the sun set, she sat beside the farmer on the steps. "You changed the galaxy," she said softly. He shook his head. "I just opened a door." She smiled. "That is how it starts." More humans arrived weeks later. Not soldiers. Builders. Farmers. Teachers. People tired of running. They helped expand the farm. More houses were built. Fields grew wider. Life returned. The galaxy watched. Some alien leaders sent messages of peace. Others stayed silent. But none attacked again. The cost was too high. Humans standing together were not something they wanted to face. The farmer looked around one night and realized something important. He was no longer hiding. And he was no longer afraid. The alien woman stood beside him, looking at the stars. "What will you do now?" she asked. He thought for a long moment. "I'll keep farming," he said. "Someone has to feed the future." She laughed softly. The sound carried into the night. Years passed. The farm became a small settlement. Not rich. Not powerful. But strong. Humans and aliens lived side by side. Children played in the fields. Ships came and went peacefully. Stories spread. They did not talk about weapons or battles. They talked about a human farmer who chose kindness over fear. About an alien woman who trusted humanity when she had nothing left. The galaxy slowly changed. Not because of war. Because of example. One night, the farmer stood at the door of his house. The same door that once stayed closed for years. He remembered the knock. The crying. The choice he made. He looked at the alien woman. "I'm glad I opened the door," he said. She nodded. "So am I." The stars above seemed brighter. Humanity had not returned to the galaxy with fire and steel. It returned with open hands. And this time, the galaxy was ready to listen.